Oh, did he? I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's right. He texted me one of them.
We were coming up. What was
Well, what
Liz
happened
the
is
polar
Liz
bear.
the polar bear?
the polar bear.
I didn't like
or
that. No, I said I like more panther. Liz the panther. I like
the
that better.
The Mountie is the one I like.
Liz the Mountie.
Liz the Mountie. Yeah, but she says she doesn't like anything Canadian.
I did not say that.
We had
I
some
like
really
Canada.
good ones.
Okay, so you'll be the Mountie. Liz the Mountie.
Liz
Becca.
the Mountie. Oh my gosh, we gotta think of something better. Maybe
No,
someone out there can think of something better.
We came up with a lot of
Hockey.
Yeah, because
No.
Canada's famous for hockey.
Hockey.
No,
Wayne Gretzky.
can't do it.
Wayne Gretzky.
No, I got to think about that, really. If there's anything related to Canada, it's going to take some due diligence on my part.
Well, there you go. You have to introduce it. You'll be in charge.
I'll work on that one.
And we thought it was kind of cool because everybody had a little handle. He's Freddie J. And
Well, I don't want to be called Freddie and Freddie.
Well, that's not really his own handle, you know. You have to be real now. It's a junior.
Well, no, the J is my middle initial.
Okay.
And so we ran with that because people were calling me Freddie J.
And what does J stand for?
Joseph. So
Joseph. Freddie Joseph. Okay,
yes.
that works.
And it sort of worked for him, I guess.
it was easier, I guess. I didn't want, and he's Freddie Fix-It, so.
Freddie Fix-It.
Yeah, Freddie Fix-It.
And
you're now Liz.
I don't know if you guys
can
can
tell
Mountie.
the Mountie. Liz will we'll think of something. We'll figure something out.
We had some good ones. We didn't write them down though. I came up with like 10.
What's the first thing you got to do is write them down.
Well,
I teach people
he was
this.
texting them and you didn't like them, so I was like, all right,
Listen,
we'll
just to let you know, he started that whole disaster.
The whole disaster. I'll have a word with you after, Freddie J.
All right, so the story that we left out for last week.
No, he's been dying to say this story all week.
No, I haven't.
Let's get it. Come
Okay,
on.
go
Come
for
on,
it.
we gotta go.
We got like 6 minutes. We're good.
I don't know. The story took about 10 to tell.
Well, the story itself took about an hour. We were doing a shoot somewhere else, and I locked my keys in the car. I don't know if anyone else has ever done that, but it's it's not a great feeling to lock your keys in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And
especially if you leave a child inside.
Well, I've never done that.
I've heard of stories.
You call him a child?
Not him.
No,
if he would have
okay.
left another child inside the car.
Well, I have a child that walks around naked because he locks himself out of the house.
I heard that one too.
This has been a very funny year for me, I guess.
He was also teaching the interns that we have with us here.
Let's not tell that story.
And he was doing a show and he forgot to turn the cameras on.
That's
They
wonderful.
were on. They weren't.
But the cameras
live.
are on tonight. And
Yeah.
Gio got
Awesome.
amped
Hey,
up. You
everybody.
see? That's what you look like. You're right between the...
Wonderful.
Just
We
like
did
a
that on
Canadian.
purpose.
Look at that. Right
Just
between
like
the
a Canadian.
goalposts.
Got a green shirt on. Has nothing to do with Canada. Next time I'll wear red and white just for you, Freddie.
Wear a Canadian flag.
Red and white.
Oh,
That's what
don't
I'm
you
gonna
have,
do.
you had a Canadian joke for us, right?
Yeah, I do have a Canadian joke.
Now let's hear it.
So,
That
how
would
did
be
they
fine.
pick the name Canada? Do you know?
Canada.
That's right.
Canada.
You know the joke, so
No,
don't
no,
even
no,
go
but
there.
it has to be something. What is
So
it?
they put all the letters of the alphabet in a bag, and then they pulled it out and went C-A, N-A, D-A. There you go. There's your Canada.
C-A-N-A.
Because they say A after everything.
all the
you get
time.
it?
Everybody makes fun of how us Canadians say A and about. And listen, it's
About?
not a boot. I have
It's
to
a
clear
boot.
something on
That's from
now that we're on the
Minnesota.
radio. You know, South Park just ruined it for us when they made fun of us saying that we say a boot. We don't.
But everyone, all Americans make fun of Canadians.
Yeah, but we say about.
It's
We don't
just
say
fun.
a boot. We say about. We say A all the time. That I will give in
And you
to.
guys, apparently they eat, donuts. Like, it's going out of style.
Where did you hear
that?
that?
That is a fact. Canada eats the most amount of
Are
donuts.
you serious?
Yeah, look it up.
Why do they warm you
Okay,
up?
now
for
we
any
have
reason?
total control of this show. Canada eats the most amount of donuts.
Donuts.
Is that what
they
you're
are
saying?
the donut capital of the world.
That's why we only call him Freddie J. You don't think I want to give him my last name, do you?
No, I don't think you should.
The
Look it
most
up.
donuts.
I want you to look it up, and then you're going to apologize on
I thought
air
all the
next
cops
week.
ate the donuts.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so
That's what
Canada
I
eats
thought
all the
too.
donuts.
So there's a lot of
Canada-
cops in Canada.
Do you eat donuts, by the way?
No, I don't
Well,
like
there's the one
donuts.
Canadian who doesn't eat a
I'm not
donut.
She's a
donut.
hybrid. She's an American, too.
Hybrid. Like that one.
He's right.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm right.
No.
There we go.
Our
Hey.
executive producer,
Thank
Lil Harmon,
you.
looked it up, and
Freddie
Canada
J
eats the
won.
most.
Everyone else 0.
Listen, the American
Wow.
teaches the Canadian about Canada. Look
Yeah.
at that.
It's good to know that you're getting a
I
college
like
education.
It. I like it.
And people are writing in that he's right.
Who would've thought
Unbelievable.
that?
It's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen.
Unbelievable.
Everybody looks in because he's right.
Well, then maybe we need to invest in like Dunkin' Donuts in
yeah.
Canada.
I think we should go to Canada and do a show with donuts.
I think
Let's
so
get a
too.
donut company to sponsor it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Anyway, I got a couple of things to touch up on. We are actually going to go on cable TV.
Excellent.
We have our show is going to be picked up on Comcast.
Wonderful.
And I think it's channel 19, but don't hold me to it. But we are going to go on
Well, I hope it's a,
on a Thursday
one of
night,
those channels.
6:30 to 7.
Cool.
You would think that donuts get you on TV.
Look at that.
Unbelievable.
It depends
4
what kind
years
of
I was-
donuts.
That's because Americans like to make fun of Canada.
Is that what
They
it
do,
is?
they
Where did
do.
you get that from?
South every all right,
true.
think about it. Look
I
at all
want
the
you to
late
know, I
night
didn't
shows.
teach him these things.
I watch
but it's
a lot
true.
of
That's
TV.
true. That's true. They're jealous.
Yeah,
We're jealous.
Yes.
Now we're jealous.
Yes, because Canadians are so nice.
Anyway, tell us about the guest you're going to be interviewing in about 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Oh my gosh, time goes. Well, we have Jay Feldman here from Jay Feldman Inc. He's an excellent coach, student of mine as well. And I think that it'll be very interesting to hear his
Award-winning?
thoughts. Award-winning.
Award-winning. Interesting.
Great performance, excellent record, track
And
record.
he's in investments, correct?
Mhm,
Well, we can
mhm.
ask him questions when he gets on.
Oh, well, he can't answer certain questions. I've been
Oh.
down this road already. He can't tell us where to invest and nothing on the air. He can do it off the air, but he can't do it on the air
All
because
right, well, we'll have a
SEC is
conversation after the show's over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now I know for sure he's going to go do research on Dunkin' Donuts in
Yeah.
Canada
Krispy
and all the
Kreme.
Krispy Kremes in Canada.
Dunkin' Donuts in Canada. That's amazing.
I do remember when they opened the first Krispy Kreme in Toronto, and it was insanity. It was insanity. There was lineups for hours and
and you
hours
So if
and
I go
hours.
with
and
a
you
box
thought
of donuts in
Starbucks
Canada, I
was
can sell it for
insanity.
$400.
Yeah, it could be.
I think Starbucks is ridiculous.
Yeah, but in Canada,
$12 for a cup of coffee. I mean, when is it going to end?
Yeah.
well,
and I don't even like
until you
Starbucks.
stop paying it, they'll just keep raising
If
it.
you don't, no, it's the in thing. Everybody wants to do a little bit of Starbucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
We got 3 minutes. You want to do a little in the news? You know what we didn't do with you that I wanted to try was the he said, she said segment.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Sounds
we can throw
good.
one question out to see how you will handle it.
Do you have a
Ooh.
question?
I can make one up.
All right, go ahead. By the way, I'm the undefeated champion of he said, she said.
Really? And
Yeah.
which role do you take? The she said or the he said?
I take the guy side always.
So where's the she said?
Oh, well, no one's disputed me.
Well, we were talking about one of the questions that we had given before. There was a whole essay, and we put it on Facebook, and people took polls and questions and all this.
Mm-hmm.
But we were talking about husband and wife or girlfriend, boyfriend living together.
Mm-hmm.
If they tell you how to dress, like if the man tells the woman, okay, I don't want you to wear this,
Mm-hmm.
does she do it? And she not do it?
Do it. Okay. Well, it all depends on the intention of the man and the intention of the woman.
The intention is power. Don't wear it.
Okay,
what
well,
else? What's the other intention could be?
The intention is
Doesn't
that
look good on you?
Yeah, that there's
Literally,
an
who
honest
wears the
opinion.
pants in the
Exactly.
family?
See
Well,
that
either we run the house or we run under the house.
under the house. It all depends again, because it could be that person. It depends on what leads up to that. If that person is being very controlling in many different areas.
So you were breaking
And
down
intention-
as to how much manipulation is going on. here.
Absolutely, you can't answer a question like that with it. There's
Well, let's
no
assume that
rules.
you get 100% manipulation.
There's
It
no-
looks great on you. You think it looks good on you. He doesn't. What
Well,
do you
then,
do?
if the woman is happy in her marriage to be in a situation where the man is controlling,
She
then
won't wear
wear
it.
what she says. But wear
But
what
that's
he
not
says.
the game. The game here is
Hold on,
what
hold
we
on.
choose.
What would I personally do? Well, I'd never be in a
No.
relationship with a man that actually tells me what to wear. Although I would like the opinion, a graceful and nice opinion.
So if they tell you it looks good, you like it. But if they tell you it looks bad, you don't.
Time out. That's completely false. Everyone knows that there's no right answer. When a woman asks, well, do these pants make my butt look big?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
do you lie?
You go grab a donut. That's what you do.
go
And
grab a
go
donut.
Well, what do you say? You,
You
say
go
that
fly to
looks.
Canada.
Yeah, you make an excuse. You say, oh, I the phone's ringing or something. You run
So
away.
you lie.
There's no
So
lie.
guys
There's
lie
no right or
and
wrong
women can
answer.
tell the truth.
No,
She just told you the truth. She told you how she
I
felt.
think,
She says
I
it
think
is
that
what
it's
it is.
all up. Exactly, it's all up to the woman.
It's all good until later on when you're sleeping on the
I know.
couch.
Liz is talking all that yang
Yeah.
right now. We're gonna
No,
bring
we
our
all-
boyfriend
we
in here and
all-
see what he
there's
says.
no
We all know that
yang.
women hold, everything up there, and
Listen.
they use it later on.
It's all about, pleasing your partner in a relationship, and each person has to satisfy the other. If the man does it in an appropriate fashion, and he's doing it because he honestly thinks that she doesn't look good in that outfit, and he's giving the opinion, that's one thing. If he does it in a very vile way, it's a different situation. So
This one
I
thinks
would- I
too
wouldn't
much.
let anybody.
She just took that question and she turned it into a donut.
I'm in communications and NLP. That's what we do.
That's
We
what you
process
do.
thoughts.
That's what we all strive for. But we all know the truth is men are going to be wrong no matter what they say.
So you think that this is a woman's world?
And And we live in it, yes.
It's a woman's world, and we live in it. Wow. Freddie, you're saying that nobody has outdone you in this he said, she said?
No one that I know of.
That's how he wins.
In what way is it a woman's world?
That's how he wins, because he runs away.
Behind every great man, there's a better woman. That's what
I'm not going to compete with.
Exactly.
See, he just knows what to say. It's not that he really, truly believes it or means it. He just knows exactly what.
That's right. That's why he never loses.
That's why I never lose.
You've done a great job.
And another wonderful segment of He Said, She Said. Okay, we're gonna take a break. You're gonna do your thing. You're gonna do your
my
interview.
thing.
And we'll bring a chair in here. You come here, or you'll come here. You sit there, and we'll do something. All right, we'll be back. Give me 2 commercials.
Folks, when facing the decision to choose a nursing facility for yourself or a loved one, whether you're prepared for that or not, it can be one of today's most difficult decisions. When you, your spouse, or your parents need short-term rehabilitation after leaving a hospital, or long-term care, choosing a facility for placement could be one of the most difficult choices you'll ever make. But it doesn't have to be. For such an important decision, what can help you the most is a provider that's always ready to give you the knowledge and trust you need to make informed choices with confidence and peace of mind. That's why you should call Hamlin Place of Boynton Beach at 561-582-3000. The friendly and professional staff at Hamlin Place are waiting now to help you make the best choice you can based on your loved one's individual needs. Just call 561-582-3000 and schedule a visit to Hamlin Place so you can learn about the many programs they have available. At Hamlin Place Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, they offer excellent courteous service and delicious nutritional meals in a clean, modern, and comfortable setting provided by their compassionate, caring staff of physicians, nurses, and therapists. Call Hamlin Place at 561-582-3000, where they can actively involve the family in the recovery process to restore the maximum level of independence in the shortest possible time. Call today, 561-582-3000, or come to Hamlin Place, where caring is our way of life. Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV.
And we're back. I can't say it now, but Liz, the Canadian, has an interview. Jay Feldman. And Jay Feldman, executive coach. Oh, you're a coach too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is interesting. Jay, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do and how you do it? And then, unless you want to take over. Oh, you can take over.
I'll take over.
I'll listen.
That's good. I like it. Since it's a women's world, as Freddie J says, I'll take over.
You just destroyed
Look at that. That's it. He destroyed it.
And
he set
everything that we thought about.
So this is Jay Feldman. Welcome to the Freddie Fix-It Show. We're really happy to have you here. And again, I do know you personally and professionally. And I want to give you the opportunity to tell people, because I know that you're a fabulous coach, and I'd like you to share your story. So tell us what you do.
Well, I've been working for well over 35 years in the financial service industry as a branch manager, as a financial advisor, head of business development, a little bit of everything you could possibly do from the ground up. And about 4 years ago, I went out on my own, and instead of being in the corporate world, it was my own corporate world, so I created my own company. I work with coaching companies around the country, and I also am my own independent coach. And I've enjoyed that. I work with financial advisors and other entrepreneurs. And then most recently, I think the third piece that I always wanted to dabble in was being able to be a consultant for certain projects in the financial arena. So it's kind of like a three-legged stool, if you will. Entrepreneurs, financial advisors, and consulting.
Excellent. Excellent. I always find it really fascinating when people are working in the corporate world for many, many years. They gain incredible experience. They usually are so talented that they're, the benefit lies for the corporation rather for the individual. What was it that made you switch over and make you make that move? That's obviously a big risk in many cases.
Well, I think you're right. First of all, the biggest risk was doing it in 2008, 2009, and that debacle when it was probably difficult to reinvent anything. But to reinvent oneself during that period definitely has had its challenges. Difficult in the beginning, but the last couple of years, well worth the effort, and the reward ratio has been just tremendous.
Excellent. Excellent. So you definitely recommend taking risks, and if you are working in a company and you have the desire, is there any reason that you moved towards coaching or on your own that was more in reference to how you would help different kinds of people?
Well, I think with the last couple of years I worked in the corporate environment, I was just coincidentally trained as a coach besides being a branch manager. So if, like many people do or don't understand, in the financial service world, being a branch manager is kind of akin to being the director of marketing for an area. So I built an office from scratch. That was pretty entrepreneurial, working with individuals, some of who are the top 1% and 5% in the industry, gave me the self-assurance that I could go out on my own and give something back to individual entrepreneurs.
Excellent. And in your industry, in this financial industry, what challenges did you find that you had being a coach, doing this on your own?
I think people, especially since I've been down here since 1982, you have a certain brand, and then when you kind of are upsetting the apple cart to be a new brand, I think it's a small enough world down here that can be a challenge to project something new. The leadership's there, but you've got to be able to project something very, very different. And when it's your own firm, it's completely different. So.
Sure. And how about dealing directly with the clients in this type of industry? Because I'm sure there has to be a lot of trust involved when you're dealing with money. People are coming to you to help them with their businesses to be able to make more money, or their direct clients. What do you find anything specific in communicating with your clients, or did you?
I think the value add to prove oneself is the most important, because when you work for a financial advisor firm, and you're working with individual financial advisors, the firm is paying essentially for your service. To go out on your own and to be able to charge an individual practitioner or team for them to pay you directly, although I get paid from companies and consulting projects too, but getting the individual to pay you individually puts a premium on being able to deliver the value add service.
Excellent, excellent. And I have to say that I'm really proud of you personally, having had you as a student for our NLP practitioner course, which is the 8-day course. So now you are, in addition to all of your other accreditations, you're a certified NLP practitioner. And I'd love to find out, because it's the best feedback for me, what was the experience of taking the course for you?
Well, I think to say it's been anything but a game changer or a transformational change wouldn't be telling the whole story. I think as an executive coach working with some of the top people in the industry and even outside of financial services, people are looking to extend their differentiation, to extend their brand. In the era that we've moved through in 2009 forward, the corporation is not the centerpiece as much as the individual is now. So working with individuals to take their practices and their life to another level is very rewarding. And the NLP tool has probably enabled me to have even deeper conversations, which is really what coaching is all about. It's getting enhanced outcomes from the current status or the status quo and going beyond and getting people's potential to be reached, even though they're very successful already.
Wow, that's great. And the actual course itself, I know, can be quite heavy as far as materials. There's a lot of information in a short period of time. How did you feel about that? How did the days go by for you? How was that?
Well, I think it's a credit to both you and Jason in that at first, when I first thought I was going to put myself through 8 straight days of almost 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., I have to admit I was a little nervous about how that time would move, but it went very, very fast. I found myself really appreciating the materials, the study, appreciated the breaks obviously too, but it was a great way of thinking about the conversations about the conversations, or the meta conversations, as we learned about in NLP.
Awesome. My favorite question is this, because this is what I love hearing after a student goes out back into their job, into their world, into their business. What have you noticed any difference in how you're dealing with your clients, or have you used any specific skills that you've learned in that aspect to see more benefit in your communication with your clients?
I think I've had both transformation at the client levels, and at the same token, I think the clients have appreciated that it's a deepening conversation that is happening more naturally. I always felt I was pretty good conversationalist from a flow perspective, but I think being able to observe your clients and your future clients and what they're going through and what that conversation is leading to. For example, creating a timeline on their goal setting, which is now a lot more vivid using the tools that I learned in NLP. So it's always about goal setting, but being able to set goals almost in a dimensional level, or have somebody step into a circle of excellence, establishes your credibility both as a coach and as somebody who really can make a difference in their lives.
Jay, I got a question. You learned a tool that's obviously very valuable to you, and the game in coaching as well as business changes every day. Financial markets change, everything changes. This tool that you've learned from NLP, is it interchangeable? Can you go with the flow, change it to develop it, find the angles and make it better to serve your clients?
I think you can, because I think the program, especially as we got into maybe the second 5-day component of the first 8 days, I think we got into deeper levels. There's no one tool, but it's being able to discern the difference between types of communication, and it's the interpretation. It would be analogous to like a doctor being sent away to learn robotic surgery. Before that, he knew surgery, but when he came back, there was a depth, there was a non-invasiveness that became invasive, and so the coaching practice has become invasive in a non-invasive way, which is great.
Right. I think it's sort of the flexibility that you learn. That's the whole purpose of NLP, is to be flexible, to have these skills that you can, when situations change in your industry, how to change your thought process to be flexible and be able to flow with the moment, right?
Yes.
So that's awesome. Well, I have to say that you were an amazing student, Jay. That's for sure. And it's always a pleasure.
Was she a tough teacher?
She's very tough.
Yeah. Well, anybody keeps me in school from 8 to 7, I'm going to tell you something.
Honey, I'm fun too.
That's a
I get the class dancing. What are you talking about?
8 to 7?
I got Jay dancing. Are you kidding me? We were doing like the Harlem Shuffle. No, what's it called? The Harlem Shake.
The Shake?
Shake.
You did the Harlem Shake? That's what you're teaching?
Yeah, we did Harlem Shake.
You get a Wall Street guy to do that. It's
the
like
Cupid
pretty good.
Shuffle.
You had him do that? And you didn't put that on film?
Everybody to do it, honey. Everybody.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Well,
Yeah,
there you have it.
yeah.
Okay, good stuff. We got a minute left. Want to thank Jay Feldman for coming down and sharing a little insight into NLP training.
Mhm.
This is the Canadian is here.
Liz the
Freddie J,
Canadian.
executive producer Linda Harmon for verifying that Canadians eat more donuts than everybody else.
The Canadian learned something new
I want to thank the
today.
interns that came up short today because we got it a little late and we got into a rock and roll, but we'll see them on Wednesday. Want to invite you guys to come see us on am2.tv. The show will be there, and we will catch you next week.
See ya.
Have a good day.
You've been listening to Santory and Sons, the show where society's past, present, and future are viewed and explained through the eyes of 3 different age mindsets. Remember, you can view the show at amp2.tv and tune in again next time here on